but this callous hands working this red dirt land, picking up scraps and broken things, making them work again. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, from the dust and rust and pain. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, something strong from what remains. Mike will make it. You seen it down in the heat, sweat dripping on concrete, taking your trash you're thrown away, building tomorrow today. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, from the dust and rust and pain. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, Mike will make it. Let's make it. Folks, let me tell you about the way I live. Taking scraps from the junkyard, got so much to give. West Texas wind blowing hard across my face, but I keep on living steady at my own pace. You throw it out, I pick it up, make it brand new. Metal beams and wooden planks, I see right through to what they could become in these weathered hands. While you're sitting pretty, I'm making my stand. Rusty nails and broken glass, that's my gold mine. Every piece tells a story, every scar defines the man I am, the work I do, the life I chose. When the dust settles down, everybody knows. When the well runs dry and the bank says no, I'll be here still, making something grow. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, from the dust and rust and pain. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, something strong from what remains. Mike will make it, Mike will make it, till the sun burns out again. Mike will make it.
What's up, everybody? Good to see y'all. Good. Hey, that might have helped a little bit. Good to see y'all. Appreciate every one of y'all being here. I appreciate you stopping by. It is the one and only weekly live stream that has an agenda that usually has no damn agenda whatsoever. It is Mike is Making Stuff's Friday Night Chill and Boo. My name is Mike. I make stuff. But I have to admit, I lied to y'all a little bit. I got a wee bit of an agenda. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. I'll tell y'all all about it here in just a little bit. But first, I want to show some love to everybody that showed up. What's up, Plywood? What's up, Cedar Grow Box? What's up, Scale and Bones? What's up, ACR Protect? What's up, Two Dudes? What's up, how you doing, Keith? What's up, Cedar? Heather B. From Dad's Workshop, how y'all doing? I'm glad everybody has showed up today. I appreciate all y'all coming in. There goes Chase from New Beginnings. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. I am absolutely phenomenal, my man. What's going on? TD Knives, man. Good to see you, man. Love every one of y'all. Glad you guys are here. I'm going to move that out of the way because I'm shattering this, I don't know, some kind of illusion about some kind of whatever. The point is, you guys are supposed to be thinking I'm in the middle of a shop and I'm just talking to you guys or whatever it is. But let's face it, we all know how this goes. Appreciate you guys all being in here. I got a little bit of something that I'm going to show you guys. If you didn't click on the usual and you looked at the description and you looked at all of that stuff, I got a little bit for you. What's up, Calvin from Dad's Workshop? What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Glad to see you, my friend. I'm doing a little bit different this evening. I hope you guys will enjoy it. I hope you guys will like it quite a bit. It's a little bit less of the chat shenanigans that we usually do in the beginning. I got a little bit of information I got to give you guys. Pine and Oak, I see you over there, man. I appreciate you. Good to see you, brother. I want you guys to understand, before it's all said and done, why I do what I do and the goal of my channel, which is going to be the theme of tonight's Shoot the Poop. But those of you who have been keeping up with the drive for Christmas, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a heads up. It was a little bit of a slow week. We didn't have a whole lot of sales, but we did break the $1,000 mark. So we're at $1,018.67. That's where we're at right now. We're going to continue pushing. I'm going to continue selling things out of the shop. I'm going to continue putting my YouTube revenue, everything I can. And for those of you that are new here, my goal is to take everything that I earn about the first or second week of January, the first or second week of December. I'm going to take all that revenue. I'm going to go down with the Salvation Army Angel Tree, and we're going to buy every damn ornament we can afford. And the goal is, hopefully, we'll be able to pay for the whole damn tree. That's the idea. What's up, Bless Carpenter? How you doing, Alex, man? Good to see you, man. Demo Man Dan, good to see you, brother. Appreciate everybody showing up, man. I'll take a minute to let everybody have their time to extend their greetings to one another. I'm glad to see all of you guys, man. I am stoked to do this every Friday. I am absolutely over the moon to be able to do this every damn week. You guys make it possible. I hope that you guys will consider like, subscribe. If you want to become a member, it's like $3 a month. It's 10 cents a day. It's entirely up to you. But at the same time, I promise you, I will do everything I can to take that revenue and I will put it towards something decent or something good or something to push back to you guys. I will not. This is not my day job. Just so you guys know. Oh, wait. Shoot says, hey, guys, we will not be doing a live tonight. We'll be live tomorrow. Just not sure what time yet. Okay. Appreciate you letting us know, Shoot, William, and Heidi over at Shoot's Workshop. If you're not subscribed to them, you're missing out. Seriously. Wouldn't it be fabulous? Oh, I know who that is. I know who that is. What's up, girlie? Damn, that's beautiful. I love it. Most phenomenal, man. That is the most amazing thing I've seen yet. I love it to death. Please subscribe to Wouldn't It Be Fabulous? That is an amazing channel, up and comer, about to come out there and blow it up for all of you guys. She is going to do some great things, and I can't wait to see it. Man, oh man, Shoo, thank you for putting in your link. All of you that have a wrench, please put your links in there. Those of you that don't have a wrench, give me a little bit. I will most certainly give you guys a wrench. I got to get my shit together because I am on like 5 freaking computers at the same time. And I got to figure out where the hell I got to go in order to get to the regular YouTube stream so that I can give you a wrench. I swear to God, I'm going to get you guys taken care of. 2 seconds. I want all of you guys to be able to share your channels, share the love with each other, do what you're going to do. Here we go. 2 seconds. It's loading up. I have like 8 computers, but they're all damn slow. So give me just a minute. Who doesn't have a wrench at this point? Hold on. Bless Carpenter, you ain't got a wrench? What the hell? Hold on. You most definitely need a damn wrench. ACR Protect needs a damn wrench, for sure. Please, by all means, share your links, share yourself with the rest of the chat. Let everybody know what you're up to. Please go subscribe to these beautiful people. I hope you guys do. Before everything gets started, like I said, I'm really stoked that we passed the $1,000 mark. It's really amazing that we got there. We still got a long way to go. I want to get to maybe, I don't know, 5K, maybe even more. Whatever we can do, every bit of that, I promise you, is going to go in there and just buy that many presents for all these kids that are in a hurt way. Their parents can't afford it, whatever it is. I'm going to make sure they get taken care of. With your help, we're gonna beat the hell out of it. So, without further ado, I will give you guys just a few minutes, let you guys subscribe back and forth and do all the things. There we go. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate you, man. Steam bending from Dad's workshop. That's what's up, man. Listen, if you ain't watching Dad's workshop, Calvin has been over there busting his ass, and he put together a bed that you paid like $3,000 for, $4,000 maybe, and he got it for like $300. But it was a process. But it's not a process you can't follow along with. It was absolutely beautiful. I am so stoked that he finally got that done. Hey, June from June's House of Crafts. Good to see you. Glad to see you. But now Calvin has got the steam bender built out of PVC. He's about to do some squirrely shit, and that's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be phenomenal. Man, oh man, let's talk about the week, and then we'll get into, wait a minute, two dudes doesn't have a wrench? Holy shit, hold on a minute. We gotta fix that. And fixed. There you go, brother. Now Keith can share up his he can sign up his channel. He can share the link. I hope everybody will share the love to one another, because at the end of the day, a subscribe costs you nothing. A like on a video costs you nothing. But it does so much for the people you're doing it for. So please, by all means, get in there, support the people that are in here supporting us. We're all part of a family, and we can make sure to take care of each other. Love it. Love it. Love it. You know what? Calvin at Dad's workshop just hit it. I don't even know, like, do I call him William or Will or Bill? Like, I don't know what the hell that. I've never just came out and asked. Just saying. Anyway, I digress. I hope you guys are enjoying the progress for the angel tree. We're going to keep pushing. We had, like I said, a little bit of a slow week. We only made less than $100, but it doesn't matter. We've still got a long way to go, and we still got a lot of time to get there. But there's still a little bit of a sense of urgency. We got to get in there, and we got to start really tearing after it. We'll get after it. Scale, good to see you, man. Glad to show you in, man. Scale and Bones has a wonderful channel. Listen, if you ever need a David to take on your Goliath, it's going to be Scale. Scale is an absolute prodigy with a slingshot. The man is dead into it, and he is dead on, okay? If he misses, he's mad because he missed by 2 inches. All right? He's that kind of accurate. And the man has got his stuff together. Demo Man Dan, good to see you, man. That's my dude, man. Thank you for showing up, man. Chase, good to see you, man. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. If you would like to join, you are more than welcome to go into the link right up there at the top of the chat. You can join in the conversation. I will probably change things up a little bit. I'll be doing everything a little bit different tonight, and I'll be doing most of the talking. for the first half of everything. And then we'll come back after the fact and we'll get down with our usual shenanigans. But I want you guys to understand the meat and potatoes of why I started this channel, why I started as a maker, why I started everything that essentially has made me who I am. I hope you guys will appreciate it. I'm going to do my damnedest to get it together. It might seem a little scripted, but honestly, I scripted it. I put a lot of work into this for the last week or so. Slack. Oh, God, here we go. Is Cedar already calling me out? Good God, here we go. Jesus, we just got started, for God's sake. Tonight's show is more than a little different. It really is. But I hope you guys like it. It's me working to educate you guys. About something that I found out about years ago. And to be honest, it made me really pissed. So it's well, I mean, Mike Standiford, good to see you, friend. How else to do it except to just get started? I mean, jeez. If you guys looked at the title, looked at the description, tonight I'm not just going to talk about light bulbs. I mean, I'm going to talk about a decision, a quiet, calculated decision. And it was a decision that changed the course of all of our lives. And you may not even know about it yet. It was a decision made behind closed doors in a boardroom full of smoke and cognac and brandy and silence. When somebody said, fuck it, make it fail. This is the story of the Phoebus Cartel. And if you ever wondered why I made my channel, if you ever wondered why your devices die after the warranty expires, if you wonder why your appliances all seem to break at the same time, why repair seems impossible, you're about to find out. And fair warning, if you don't want to know, say something, because once you know, you can't unsee it. Before I tell you about a firehouse in Liverpool, I want to talk about that name, the Phoebus Cartel. Phoebus. It wasn't chosen at random. Phoebus is another name for Apollo, the Greek god of light, illumination, radiance, power, but also control. The cartel named itself after a deity that could blind you just as easily as they could enlighten you. And so long ago, they started this ball rolling when they wrapped an insidious scheme into the language of brilliance. But behind that light was a shadow. It was a promise not to brighten the world, but to dim it. Deliberately, systematically, profitably. Phoebus wasn't just a name, man. It was a warning. And I promise you, nobody fucking saw it coming. I hope you guys enjoy me laying it down for you. I hope you take something away from it. Let me start from the beginning. The year's 1901. There's a firehouse in Livermore, Connecticut. And they put in a light bulb and they flip the switch and it turns on. And it stays on. And stays on. It's still on today. That bulb has been turned on for over 1 million hours. To me, that's not a miracle. That's a warning. Because not long after that light bulb was put in, the world changed. By the 1920s, light bulbs had become too good. They had figured out how to put in tungsten filaments that would push the lifespan to 250,000 hours or more. And that meant unless you broke it, a consumer would buy a light bulb every 15, 20 years. Sales plummeted. There was a light bulb company named Osram. Their volume dropped 50% between 1922 and 1924. The better the bulbs, the fewer they sold. And to them, that was unacceptable. So in 1925, all of those companies decided to meet in Switzerland in Geneva. They formed a Swiss corporation called Phoebus S.A. Compagnie Industrielle pour le Développement de Courage. A French name. It promised development. But what they didn't realize was that its mission was suppression. The founding members, William Meinhardt from Osram in Germany. He was the chairman, the architect of the cartel. Anton Phillips. He was the CEO of the Phillips Corporation. He was the most vocal advocate. Leopold Osram. He ran the company Tungsten. Accompanied to the meeting by his R&D chairman, Derek Salzer. AEI, for those of you in England, you may be associated with this, Associated Electrical Industries. Howard C. Levis, he showed up with Dudley Nash to represent the UK. Compagnie de Lampe from France. CEO was Pierre Denis. Waritaka Takai from Tokyo Electric. Now, General Electric decided to be pretty damn sneaky. And they sent Lord Peter Budge. He was overseeing the International GE Corporation. But the real culprit was Owen D. Young, the CEO of General Electric back in America. They divided the world into zones, home territories, British overseas holdings, common territory. Every company got a slice. They were all assigned quotas. And they all agreed nobody would build a light bulb that lasted more than 1,000 hours. That sounds weird, but that ushered where we are now. It wasn't about progress. It was about control. And again, the light that they gave you, it came with a shadow. I know this is a weird way to do things from what I normally do, but I hope you guys will like it. Those people sat in that room and they didn't agree to sell light bulbs. They fucking agreed to sabotage. They even went so far as to create a central lab in Switzerland where every factory had to send samples. And if a light bulb lasted too long, then the company got fined. It was like an anti-quality tax. Hey, Chucker. The mandate was clear. No light bulb could be guaranteed, published, or offered for more than 1,000 hours. That was a 60% regression from the standard. To justify it, they jumped on the news, they went in the papers, and they said that the lights would be brighter and more efficient. And then they showed some experiments. But internally, Anton Phillips warned everybody else about, quote, the economic mire of long life light bulbs. Profit, not performance. That was the motive. Engineers were ordered to reverse their progress. At Osram, there was a guy named Klaus Wetzel. He was the chief technology director. He decided that we'll make filaments that are thinner. We'll raise the voltage. We'll do a technological rollback. Change the tungsten sublimation. These assholes invested in R&D not to improve, but to degrade things. Hell, they even targeted flashlight bulbs. They proposed that the bulbs would last more than 2 cycles of battery. More brightness was the excuse. Failure was the goal. I'm going to take just a minute to get myself together. Bear with me. As we get ready to move on, please continue to talk amongst yourselves. Forgive me if this is not what you are normally used to. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Sorry about that. Can you guys hear me now? We good? Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be on mute. You guys ready for the second chapter? That stupid ass cartel. It dissolved in 1940. But the philosophy that they had created at that point, it fucking metastasized like a cancer. Planned obsolescence became the blueprint for the Industrial Revolution. And that's when you saw appliances begin to fail just outside their warranty window. Later, you'd see cars designed with sealed systems and proprietary parts. All your electronics became black boxes that were impossible to open and even more impossible to fix. Your phone, it's not just fragile. It's fucking designed to be. Your laptop, it's locked down on purpose. Your printer might stop working after a set number of pages. It's not because it's broken. It's because it was programmed to pretend it was broken. That's not innovation. That's manipulation. And it's fucking everywhere. And I hate it. And I hope you know this is what I'm trying to fight. This is what I want to change. They didn't change the products. They changed us. We stopped asking why something breaks. We just started accepting it. We stopped fixing shit and started upgrading shit. You aren't a customer anymore. You're a consumer. They taught us that newer meant better. Repair meant failure. Durability was a myth. But here's the truth. Durability is dangerous today. Because when you fix something, you break their model. When you build something to last, you disrupt their profits. And when you do like I do and you try to teach others to do the same, you become a threat, not to safety, to control. I'd like to think like somebody have said, I hope I'm not the only one. I don't think so. Not everybody forgot. There's garages and basements, live streams like this one, where there's a resistance. Makers started asking questions. Repairers started sharing knowledge. tinkerers started breaking shit apart and tearing it open. They called it the right to repair movement. And it wasn't about fixing your fucking iPhone. It was about reclaiming autonomy. Something that so many of you don't understand. It was about me saying, I decide when this breaks. It's about refusing to be manipulated. Thankfully, it looks like things are changing. Laws are changing. Schematics are getting leaked out. Communities are coming together. Maybe I'm revealing my political viewpoints. Maybe you'll just take what I'm saying for what I say. But the revolution, it's not some big march. It's not a sign or a flag. The revolution about what keeps you down, it's not one with a weapon, it's one with a fucking screwdriver. With a soldering iron. With breaking yourself out of that damn mentality. Where you can get to the point where anything I bring new into my house, you can't embargo it. You can't put a tariff on it. You can't put a tax on it. Because I made it. I may lose some subscribers saying what I'm saying. But none of that was ever about fucking light bulbs. It was about everything. It was about conditioning all of us to obey, to consume. Another intermission. Just a moment, guys. Thanks, guys. I hope I haven't been too much on the soapbox, but if you don't mind, remember at the beginning when I talked about that firehouse in Livermore? I can't help but to think that that light bulb is still burning today. That light bulb isn't a relic. It's not a curiosity. It's a damn rebellion. Even today, 100 years later, it defies that stupid cartel. It defies the model. It defies the myth. And it proves something I think a lot of people don't want you to know. That we can build things that last. We have built things that last. And we could do it again. If we can remember. If we decide to resist. And if we refuse to forget what they try to erase from our thinking. So it's pretty ominous. It's kind of weird. But this is the reason for my channel, and this is the warning. The Phoebus Cartel may be gone. But its fucking ghost is everywhere. It's in your phone. It's in your fridge. It's in your car. It's in your decisions. And the only way to get it out is to build. Is to fix. Is to teach. It's to question. Because the future isn't those who, it's not here for those who plan to failure. It belongs to those who plan forever. So I hope this makes you grab your tools. I hope this makes you break the cycle. And I hope it makes you light up the light bulb. And make sure it never goes out. I really do hope that what I've had to say said something to you guys. I hope it sheds a little bit of light about what I do and why I do it. Hey, Perry. Good to see you, man. Luke from Ireland is backstage. Thank you for putting up with my bullshit. Thank you for putting up with my tirade. I hope you guys learned something from it. I hope you took something away from it. I hope at least you understand why the hell my channel is what it is. Let me be cool and do this. And get rid of that. What's up, Luke? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, friend.
Hello, Mike. A very top of the morning to you, meow flower. How are you doing? Top of the morning to you, everyone. Greetings from the fair capital.
2 seconds. I need to get my shit together because I can't hear a damn thing. Hold on. Here we go. I'm working on it. Maybe. 2 seconds. I got to go fix the audio. Just a minute while I make things sound stupid for a minute. All right, try again, Nate. What you got?
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Do you read me, Mike?
Wait a second. Try again, brother.
Top of the morning to you.
Okay, I can hear something. Let me adjust my volume some. There we go. How about that?
How are you getting on, Mike?
Oh, I can hear you. Beautiful. How you doing, Luke? Man, good to hear from you, man. Glad
Tell
to
me
see you,
something.
man.
What is the sorting in Badamory now? Wouldn't you like to know? A very top of the morning to you anyway, Mike. Nice to see you, my man.
Good to see you, my friend. How's Dublin this morning?
Not too bad. It's up and down, but your look isn't everywhere at this stage, I'll be honest with you. But
sorry to go on a tirade today. I thought I'd do things a little bit different for the shooting the poop this week.
Sure, it's all good, man. It's all good in the hood. You have no complaints from me about it anyway.
Wonderful. I see some new people in. Glad to see you guys joined in. Tim Last, Nickel Bustin, Woodshed by Dan. What's up, brother? Perry the Carbon Wizard. How y'all doing, man? Sorry about that.
No, you're all right. A very top of the morning to all the chat, by the way. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Luke Nathan McGlynn White. Greetings to everybody from the fair capital city of County Dublin in the little Emerald Isle of the Republic of Ireland. Chola's a to me, Bugagas Colleen. Chola's a to. I would to come I. Bodger Road, Bodger Goody, Osram Bailachia, and one on the Heron Gulua Airfall. Used to be a bit of use of the Irish language for you, so just in case you listen, no. Anyway, I was actually just only out. I was anyway, Mike. I was actually up with a couple of friends, and I was just only up getting back home now. It's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning here it is. And I know, yeah. I was out with a couple of mates of mine. We were out at BMX bike riding. We were earlier, so here in Dublin. And well, long story short, but I was basically just passing by, really, you know what I mean, and I thought to call in and just to say hello and see how you're doing and see how life's going with you and all that, you know.
I'm doing phenomenal. I hope you gleaned a little bit of insight about why I do what I do. I hope you guys, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. There's such a passion behind me to be able to get all this done. I hope that it gave somebody some education. I hope it entertained somebody maybe. But I know some people are here for the shenanigans, which is going to ensue here in just a little bit. 2 a.m. Good Lord. How is Dublin in 2 a.m.? How's the weather over there?
Yeah, it's not too bad. At the moment, it's a bit, it's a bit humid actually here at the moment, or actually a bit mild actually, really, I should say. It's cloudy, it's grey skies.
Oh, good Lord. Wait a minute. I think there might be some Irish Gaelic, something from Perry in the chat. What is Diadwit? What is that? Help me out, Luke.
Diagwich is how are you in Irish? Diagwich. Okay. Diagwich. What does this all to? So that's usually a bit of the Irish language for you, that is, Mike. To the person who said that, by the way, or to the person who put that, a very top of the morning to you. Hope you're well and hope you're minding yourself and minding how you go.
That's wonderful. I hope I didn't run too many people off with what I've been doing. Like I said, this was a little different than I usually do, but at the end of the day, I just wanted to not only try to teach people something, but maybe shed some light about why my channel exists and why I started doing what I do.
Hmm.
I think, well, it may be different over in Ireland, but here in the States, it has been absolutely prevalent, in my opinion, for many, many years, that we've been stuck in this stupid rut about, oh, well, somebody has told you something is broken, so don't bother trying to repair it. Don't try to do anything with it. Just throw it away, go get another one. And that's rubbish, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't help but to think that all of the people that I talked about at the very beginning of this, those idiotic magnates who were cronies 100 years ago, they stuck us in this stupid rut that has just continued to evolve and grow and become a cancer to the whole world in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So that's the plan to defeat it. I hope. Maybe I'll change some minds. Maybe I'll bore some people to sleep and they get a good evening's rest on Friday night. I don't know.
Well, Mike, can I just tell you, right, that you're actually not wrong on what you're saying, because, like, I mean, you think that the USA, for example, the United States of America, actually has problems. I mean, it's no different. I'll tell you that. Like, even here in the Republic of Ireland, where I'm from, like you say, because me growing up, for example, in the fair capital city of County Dublin, for example, right, and we have like our own problems as well. Like we have housing crisis, we have a banking crisis, we have homelessness crisis as well. Like, you know what I mean? In the last number of years, in fact, particularly in the past 5 years alone, like, I mean, we have, like a huge mental health crisis in this country. We
Right.
have anxiety problems as well. People suffering from anxiety, depression, even, suicidal thoughts as well.
Sure.
Um, it's it's never ending, unfortunately. Like, you know what I mean? But like, I mean, I'll tell you something, right? But someone once said many, many years ago, they said that, the earth turns, but we don't feel it move. One
Right.
night you look up, one spark, and the sky is on fire. You know who said that?
No, please let us know.
It was none other than Leonardo DiCaprio. He once said that. It's in a song, believe it or not, in a drum and bass song by this techno DJ called Comatic. He actually has a song called Earth Turns. If anybody who wants to listen to it, by the way, it's on YouTube. You can check it out. Comatic is spelled as Komatic, and the
That's
song is called Earth Turns. Yeah.
that's such a phenomenal thing.
Yeah.
And
I mean, because it's all about, like I live my life accordingly, right, Mike? And and I know you do as well. Everyone else is different. We're all completely different. We all come from various walks of life. We're all different people and whatnot. And we all have our own, niches, to say the least. We have our own addictions. We have our own, like our own goals, our own accomplishments, and things like that, right? Completely
right.
understandable. But also, needless to say that we also live our lives accordingly, based solely upon our own terms, our own conditions, and as well as under our own personal level of accord. And you see, I'm 35 now at the moment. 35, going on 36 now. I will be turning 36 on December 26th, and we don't call that day in the Republic of Ireland. We don't call that day Boxing Day. We happen to call it St. Stephen's Day.
Okay.
But anywho, long story short for you, but like, I mean, I've been around a long time, you know what I mean, and born, raised, and bred here in Dublin, Ireland, and like I mean, I've seen people come and go. I've seen various different walks of life as well over the years,
Right.
and I can tell you right now that the Republic of Ireland, for example, you think that USA actually has problems. The Republic of Ireland is no different. I'll tell you that.
It's I think that and that's to go back and address something of what you said. There was, yes, there's a prevalence of problems where we understand that there's anxiety, there's depression, there's PTSD, there's all of these things that come to fruition. But at the root of it all, I may be wrong about this, but I think you could delve down and find a big majority of the problem comes to a sense of powerlessness. You don't have any control about what's going on. You don't have control over your life. You don't have control over what happens in your own home because somebody else has made the arbitrary decision that the things you've decided to own, well, they're subject to our approval or denial. And when we say you're no longer worthy, well, then everything will dismantle itself and it will break. And now you've got to come back to us. And you've got to bend the knee again. That's the way I see it. That's the way I've seen this whole planned obsolescence thing from the beginning. It hasn't been about military or political control. It's been about economic control. It's been about telling you, you will give me money when I tell you to give me money. And when you're not giving me money quick enough, the things that I make that you buy, they'll be even more flimsy. Which means you'll give me money faster. And I think that's wretched. I think that's awful. There were people when I was growing up that if somebody said there was a problem in the household, meaning something broke or something wasn't working or whatever it was, it would be 3 days before buying another item even became part of the discussion. Let's try this. Let's try that. Let's fix this. Let's repair that. Let's find the problem. And I think that in a lot of ways, they might have succeeded in killing that mentality. They made all of us think, first off, they said, it's cheap and flimsy. But if I try to fix it, it'll probably break anyway. So why bother? How many of us, please tell me in the chat, how many of us have had a television that magically, out of nowhere, decided that, it would play some sound, but it won't give you a picture anymore? And then you go to investigate it, and you can maybe find something on the internet that says, there's this chip in the video processing that's gone bad. But what do they tell you? It'll cost you more to fix it than it ever would to replace it. So just toss it out. Go buy another. I think there's so much of that.
Yeah, there is. You're not wrong. You're not wrong on that.
It's fucking 1984. It's Orwellian.
Yeah, exactly. There's actually, you know what, Mike? Speaking of 1984, right? Guess what? I actually have a book, believe it or not. I actually have a copy of George Orwell's 1984. You know that?
Right?
I bought a book
It's
there. I bought a copy of it there a while back. I did a few months back. I did, and because honestly, if anybody who actually hasn't seen that book or hasn't even had a chance to read it at all yet, I strongly recommend that you do. It's a very, very good book. It is, and
please
um,
do.
yeah,
It is
100%.
such a beautiful. My favorite quote is from 1984.
Mhm.
And that quote is, freedom is being able to say that 1 + 1 = 2. After that, all else follows. And that's so profound. As long as I can state a simple fact that no one can dispute and I know is true,
Mm.
if I can do that, everything else will cascade right behind.
Mhm.
That is such a beautiful thing to know.
It
And
is.
it's even more relevant now than it ever was.
Mm.
There's so many people that blindly adhere to, oh, yes, this has gone out of warranty. My laptop is not supported on this version of the operating system anymore, so I guess I got to throw it away and go get another one. When there's so much you could do otherwise. If you would just admit that 1 + 1 = 2, everything else will follow.
Mhm. Yeah,
Thank you for
exactly.
being in here, Luke. Man, I appreciate you being in. I love watching you showing us around on the bus, man. I really do. It's beautiful, dude.
Chuck, I am for who I am at the end of the day, Mike. You know, you are for
For
who you
those of
are.
you that don't know, he has a wonderful job, in my opinion. Some people might not think it's so glamorous. Some people might think it's mean. What? I think it's adorable. I think it's amazing that he runs a commuter bus around Dublin all the time, and it's such an amazing thing. And I'm glad you do it, dude. I really am.
Yeah, I've been doing it for nearly 7 years now. I've been doing it, Mike. Nearly 7 years I've been doing it, and I've just always, like I used to be, believe it or not, before I actually got a minibus. I used to be a car mechanic. I, was in, I used to work in an international garage here in the north side of Dublin, and let's just say I was doing that for 8.5, almost 9 years, and then eventually, uh, let's just say that let's say it just wasn't really getting very busy anymore, and started to die down, and and it wasn't really like a big thing really anymore, for a while. So I ended up leaving that after about 8.5, almost 9 years, and I was like literally working on on like literally on every car, whether
Luke,
it was
if you don't mind
whether,
my if you don't mind my asking, this might be a little bit of something touchy, but I wanted to, at least for my people here in the States,
Mhm.
I want to let them understand where we are right now on our side of the world.
Mm.
And this might be something touchy. I'm sorry. I don't mean to, you know what I mean? I want to be as sensitive as I can, but you're old enough at 35 plus
Mhm.
that you remember what things were like with the IRA and the troubles.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I think that there's a lot of people in the States, because we've lived in this country for hundreds of years, And for almost 200 years, it's been relative peace within our own borders.
Mhm.
I said this for so long that they think that there are people politically here in America that think, oh, it's going to be another civil war and it's going to be like it was in 1861, where there's these divided lines and everybody wears different colored uniforms and we stand in line, and it's not going to be like that. Truthfully, Luke, I think it's going to be more like the Troubles.
Mm.
And I don't
Yeah.
think there's a lot of people that are
Uh,
even wrapping their head around that notion.
mm. Well, you know what? It's like I don't know if you actually know this, right? But the very famous civil war that happened back in 1916, the one between the Republic of Ireland and England, all because of the British occupation as well as British rule for more than
Right.
800 years. It went on for a good long, many centuries and whatnot. Um, you know, I can tell you right now that in the words of one of the most very famous noble Irish patriots, known as Patrick Pearse, he, alongside 600 young Irish noblemen, they formed the Irish Provisional Government back in the year of 1916, and they brought into production the Constitution of the Republic of Ireland, on which is known as, in Irish, it's known as on Publics na Heron, and in other words, that means another country goes like this. In other words, a Publics na Heron, Chucky our law, Aaron go bra. That means Irish. It means, in other words, it means Irish independence, Irish supremacy, and Irish freedom. That's what that means, right? And it was that particular constitution, for example, was brought into production back in 1916, on the 24th of April of 1916. It was signed on behalf of several young Irish men: Thomas J. Clark, Sean McDermott, Thomas McDonough, B. H. Padraig Pearse, Eamon Kent, James Connolly, and Joseph Plunkett. And there's a bit of an old quote for you here in the words of Padraig Pearse himself. He once said, he once said, "And I speak to my people's masters, beware. Beware of the thing that is coming. Beware of the risen people. Who shall not take what ye did not give? Ye that have been harried and held. Ye that have been bullied and bribed. Tyrants, hypocrites, liars." That's what that is. And you know, for the past several years now, I've been studying the very famous poem that was written over in the late 12th, early 1300s by Dante Alighieri, the one who created the poem known as
Yes, one from the Inferno. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All about the 9 circles of hell, as well as purgatory and paradise. And you know something? I've been researching that poem now for the past 7 years, and it's by far just a truly phenomenal poem. It is, you know what I mean? And it's a pretty dead-on accurate description of what today's standards are, sadly. But realistically, like I mean, I've been researching that poem, and I've been telling my family about it. I've been telling a good few friends about it as well, and that it's pretty much has like what like kind of like there are some similarities, especially when between the Divine Comedy and as well as 1984 by George Orwell. Um, but at the same time, however, like I mean, it goes to show you as well that or in fact, here's one other thing for you. Actually, if anybody in the chat actually wants to check this out, there's a film that was brought. It's a manga production animated film that was set in Japan, set in Tokyo, Japan. It was back in 1988, and it was directed by this Japanese male movie director called Katsuhiro Otomo. It's a film. It's called Akira, Akira, all in capital letters. It's basically about. It's pretty much about World
Akira
War
is
II.
a beautiful film. It really is.
It is.
That's what got me into anime. Honestly, when I watched Akira, it was amazing.
Yeah. Akira, for example, was the one that got me into Ghost in the Shell, as well as Tokyo Ghoul, and not only that, but also as well the likes of Dragon Ball as well. Yeah, just wow, you know what I mean. And it pretty much, in case of any in the chat, for example, who actually has not seen Akira, there's two versions of it. The original is from 1988, and then there's a dub version which is 2001, and it's basically all about these two Japanese biker gangs. One is called the Capsules, the other are called the Clowns, and they're basically, where they're fighting with each other, like or whatever else. There's acts of greed, and there's acts of terrorism going on, and there's corruption going on as well. All this like political, hullabaloo and all that. You know what I mean? But it is by far a true, very, very true, eye-opening film. And if you actually haven't seen it before, I strongly recommend that you check it out. Akira by Katsuhiro Otomo. A very,
And
very
I
good
love
film.
that you mentioned Akira because there are so many people that have watched that. And I watched it, and now I'm an anime fan because of the viscera and the gore, and it was whatever it was. And it was a beautiful portrayal of it artistically. I mean, the animators were spot on. They were beautiful with that. But they lost. I think in the West, the story was lost. In that you missed the whole reason all of that was even happening. I mean, there's so many people in the States that listen to Dolores Riordan. And I love the cranberries. They're beautiful. They're the most beautiful. But you never stopped for 1 minute to listen to Zombie, to understand why she wrote it and where she was at when she had to write it. Not that she wanted to, not that she was inspired to. She had to write that song.
Yeah, she did. She did indeed.
Because there was so much that even to this day in 2025, nobody knows what was happening because of the Troubles. No one even fathoms it. And that's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's heartbreaking to me as an American, because here I am in a scenario where I see something else is about to happen in the same way, and no one learned. And it reminds me of Dolores singing, "It's the same old thing since 1960."
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah, because not only that or anything, right? But not only do we actually have on Publix and the Heron from 1916, yeah, but we also actually have another one on Bunreax and the Heron from 1937.
Have a good night, Dan. Mike, good to see you, Dan Homestead. Appreciate you, brother.
Night, Dan. Mind yourself. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I was like, I was actually talking to one of my mates actually today, or earlier on this evening, about my friend Eamon. He was telling me, look, you know what? I don't know about you, but this world has really gone to complete tatters, hasn't it? But yeah, it has, no doubt about that. And then one of Eamon's friends, Martin was actually with us actually as well, and we were out and about, and we were at BMX bike riding earlier tonight here in Dublin, and we were out and about, and we were tapping away and whatever else, and Eamon said to me that, Luke, I don't know about you, call me crazy if you want to, but this world that we're living in now has completely its world's not
Right.
completely collapse. You know what I mean? And you know
I
something.
want to take a second. Hold on a second, Luke. I want to take a second, and I want to point that way. There we go. Point this way, Luke. There we go. Not the other way. The other way.
Yep.
There we go. In the link, right up there at the top of the chat. If you want to join our conversation, you're more than welcome to. I appreciate you being in here. I hope you guys are enjoying the conversation or at least getting something from it. Maybe not the greatest conversation that we've had, but it's been hopefully informative, hopefully educational, hopefully something that you take something away from. But at the end of the day, please, Luke, go ahead. Give me a second while I go out there and you keep talking. They're listening to you. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to throw a lead. I'll be right back.
Okay, no worries, Mike. I hope that everybody in the chat is minding how to go, by the way, and that you're all looking after yourselves and, you know, doing your own thing and just enjoying your life and living your lives accordingly. You know, to any one of you in the chat, for example, I'm going to give you a bit of another quote for you here. This quote, for example, is from the film called The Beach, and set back in the late 90s, early 2000s. It goes like this: "Trust me, it's paradise. This is where the hungry come to feed. For mine is a generation that circles the globe in search of something that we haven't tried before. So never refuse an invitation. Never resist the unfamiliar. Never fail to be polite, and never outstay your welcome. Just keep your mind open and suck in the experience. And if it hurts, you know what? It's probably worth it. You hope and you dream, but you never believe that something's really going to happen to you. Not like it does in the movies. But when it actually does, you expect it to feel different. More visceral. More real. I was waiting
Sorry
for
about that.
Yep,
Go ahead.
worries, Mike. It goes on. It goes on, by the way. Doesn't really ever go on. I still believe in paradise. But now at least I know that it's not something I'm hoping to look for, because it's not about where you go, but it's how you feel for a moment in your life when you feel that you are a part of something. And when you find that moment, it lasts forever."
Damn it!
Is there
That
a-
sounds like a
That's a
post-worthy
quote for you
moment.
right- That's a quote for you right there, Mike. Yeah.
Damn it!
A film called The Beach. So that's what that was, anyway. You know. But anyway.
That sounds like a toast-worthy moment
Mm-hmm.
for my second shot of the evening. Hashtag not sponsored
Mm-hmm.
by 1835 brand liquor from Texas. To you, Luke. To all the good hearts in the world.
As we say in Irish, sláinte. Cheers.
Sancha.
Mike, can I ask you something actually? What part of Texas are you in? Do you mind me asking?
I am in Lubbock, Texas,
Okay.
in the Western Panhandle, the home of Texas Tech.
Okay. Cool.
I'm about 100 miles north of what they call the Permian Basin, which is they call it the oil patch. That's where, if you're a fan of the television show Landman.
Oh yeah, I know the one.
I'm about 100 miles north of that. Okay,
gotcha.
So there, I live on the border of the desert. It's so flat here that I'll say it as Texan as I can. It's so flat here that your dog can run away it'll be 4 days before you lose track of where it is. It's scrub, it's plains, it's flat as a table. There's nothing here. But we still scrape out a living, and we do what we're going to do. And I love being from here. I love living here. We're hardy people. We're resilient people. We're pretty damn different on our points of view. But what I love about Lubbock in particular is that in the midst of so many polarizing places, I mean, there are some people that are very progressive. There are some people that are very conservative. There's some people that are very old-timey. There's some people that are very forward, moving to the future. Lubbock is the perfect mix of both of those things. There are people that are forward-minded. There are people that are traditional. And at the same time, they've all found a way to get along. As far as the size of the city that I live in, it's, well, the most Texan way to say it. It's just big enough not to be a small town, and it's just small enough not to be a big city. So the things you want to do, if you want to go out to a big city, there's a few of them around. You can enjoy that. But if you don't want to enjoy that, there's other places where you can enjoy the small town. It's just that perfect balance between the two of them. And I love it. I really do. Mike from Dan's Homestead, if you're still here, I've got to gush about my son real quick. Forgive me for this. Look, Maggie, because you guys are really big on, well, shit, forgive me, rugby, soccer, whatever the hell you're into. My son he's been into Texas Tech football since he barely came out of diapers. And the boy wanted jerseys and memorabilia and hats and whatever he could get onto because he loved that school. I am bursting to say on the 14th of November, not only he's going to be affiliated with the school, he's going to sing the national anthem at one of their ball games. It's been over 10 years in the making. And that's one of the biggest damn proud dad moments I've had. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
It is.
I
Sure,
couldn't
you know what, Mike? If I was actually in your shoes, and if I had a son like that who was doing that, you know what, I would say, you know what,
right?
they're leading play to you. Fair fuck you, you know. Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you actually noticed this, right? But you know, here in the Republic of Ireland, and as well as even up in Northern Ireland as well, we don't only have soccer or rugby or anything like that, right? We actually have a couple of other sports as well that have been around for donkey's years now. We've been around a long, long time. We have one of them is strictly for girls and young women. It's called camogie. Camogie is camogie is pretty much it's a bit like what would you know, it's a bit like curling, really, in a way. Like they have in Canada. It's a bit like that, but you have like like a wooden stick or something like that. So kind of mean, and you have like a small little ball, like they're like a golf ball. And you basically when you use that or something, like, and you pass it around, like you pass from one player to the next, and you try to get into a goal, like
Right.
there's another one as well, very very similar also. It's called hurling, hurling. Hurling, for
Hurling.
example, is,
Okay.
yeah, hurling is something that we've actually had in this country now for many many decades now.
Now, forgive me because when I think about this, all I can think about is Braveheart with this whole thing about hurling logs and hurling stones and could you are you gonna crush a man with that kind of thing. Sorry about that. If I'm off, please correct me.
It's all good. It's all good. Hurling, for example, here in the Republic of Ireland, as well as even in Northern Ireland, now Jerry by what about you now? So goes to show you as well. Like that's a bit of a lingo for you, but both Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland, we have hurling, and hurling is pretty much you have it's like a white little it's like a white and black outlined a bit like a tennis ball, really, basically, in a way, right? And it's the ball is called a sliotar. That's Sliothar. On sliotar.
Slither. Okay.
Sliotar. That's what it is. That's what it's called, right? And it's a very very hard little ball to hit. You know what I mean? Especially when you play hurling. And there's like a lot of different teams, for example, like the different county teams, such as Dublin, Galway, Limerick, Tyrone, for example, Armagh, where else, we like to have Cavan, Roscommon, Meath, Kildare, Leitrim, Louth, like the list goes on and on and on.
Sure.
And basically what you do is, right, and then you actually have a hurl, right, which is a stick. It's similar to the one in Camogie, but a hurl, however, like it's like shaped, it's shaped as you like from the top up here, shaped all the way down, and then it like nearly like and then there's a bit of a curve or a bit of a groove in it. You know what I mean? And that's actually what's actually henceforth known as a hurling stick. You know what I mean? So and then what you do is, and then the name of the game is in hurling, you basically get a sliotar, right, and you pass it back and forth to your teammates and whatnot, and then you try a bit of score. If you and then you pick the sliotar up like that, and then you hit it like that, and then bang. You know what I mean? And then you try if you get it into the goal, you score a goal. However, if you get it up and over the crossbar, it's a point. You know what I mean? And it's
Okay.
it's very very straightforward. It's an old Irish, like Gaelic. It's Gaelic. It's a Gaelic sport. You know what I mean? It's an Irish sport. Henceforth, the GAA, the Gaelic Association of Ireland. Like, you know what I mean? That's basically what that is. Like, you know what I mean? And it's it's extremely popular anyway here in Ireland and even in Northern Ireland as well. Like, I mean,
Got you.
we've got very, very good teams. There's a lot of different teams, for example, different counties, different players and whatnot. We've got the likes of, like, I mean, there's been some great games actually that have happened in recent years. Dublin versus Kerry, Carlow versus Kilkenny, Waterford versus Sligo. What else? Roscommon versus Derry, Armagh versus Limerick. Like, I mean, there's a lot of like there's a lot of different teams and all. There been different players, and and every game is exactly the same. It's two completely different separate teams. Like, and they basically what it's like it's pretty much. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Mike. I haven't actually really watched soccer or international football, for example, for almost 20 years. You know what I mean? The last time I actually watched a game was a game of that caliber, a game of that nature was it was back in
Okay,
2006.
so you don't have any stake in the Ronaldo Messi kind of thing.
No, no, I don't. No, to be honest, I honestly don't. No. And if anybody wants, and just in case if anybody is a little bit perplexed exactly to where I'm coming from with this, you see, you know, I'll be honest with you. I mean, call me old-fashioned if you want to on this, but there's a lot of things, for example, you know, like in soccer, for example, these days, or in international football nowadays, um, especially, you know, like in international leagues and whatnot. You know, like, I don't know about you, but I mean, they just, the last time I actually ever watched a game, you know, it actually happened to be a friendly game. It was a friendly game between Germany and Saudi Arabia. This is back in 2006, it is, right? So going back to almost 19 and a half, 20 years ago. And it was a straight up friendly game. Both teams were very respectful, true and true from start to finish. Germany actually won the game by 3-0. But at the end of the game, however, they took hands with their opponents and, right, you know, and they got on very well with each other. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think a lot of that, you know what I mean, is some of the things, for example, you know, that we just don't really see really very much anymore. You know what I mean? Especially in a sport like that. It's, you know, I mean, you know, life itself, for example, can be a little bit of a fickle out thing these days. You know what I mean? And you know, like there's a lot of different things, for example, you know, that are coming into effect now. Like, I mean, in the next number of months, like, I mean, because I have a feeling that, in fact, actually, later this month, on October 25th, there's actually going to be, believe it or not, there's going to be a nationwide protest. Protests are happening like in all counties around the Republic of Ireland, and I think maybe up in Northern Ireland as well, on the 25th of October. So it's all because of, you know, all what's actually happening in lately here in Ireland, like, I mean, over the last while,
Right.
in regards to immigration, and as well as, you know, other things that have been happening here as well. Like, you know what I mean, we actually have a so-called presidential election actually coming up, actually very, very, probably in the next 4 or 5 days from now. But it's, to be honest with you, know, it's just not really going to really help. Like, you know what I mean, it's all just a constant drag show, really, if you ask me. Being honest with you, you know.
Well, this has been phenomenal. Let me officially usher us into the debauchery time of the evening by saying, well, correct me if I'm off, Slanja.
Slanja Makarja. Slanja to everybody in the chat.
Calvin, good.
Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Mike? What's up, Luke? How y'all doing?
Slanja to you too, Frank.
Top of the morning to you, Meow Flower. How are you doing, man? All right?
Doing good, Luke. It's nice to meet you.
Likewise, man. Likewise.
Yeah. I had a story I wanted to impart on you guys that it made me think about when you were talking earlier. And see what you thought about, you know. Just because it was interesting, got a little bit of funny, it's got a little bit of sad background. But here's what happened. I don't know, I'm sure Luke knows this, but back in about 1991 or 1992-ish, in Belfast, it was really bad. There was a couple really bad years, especially in the north, like in Belfast.
The trouble.
And so the U.S. government brought over like a huge amount of kids, like somewhere between like ages 9 and even up to like almost 18, of both Protestant and Catholic kids from Belfast. And then they gave them to, they like put them with families because it was particularly bad, like in their neighborhoods. So they were placed with families, right? All these kids.
Right.
And so I was one of those families where one of these kids was placed.
Nice.
True story. Ivan, shout out Ivan, my friend out there in Belfast. I think he lives in a different part of the UK at this point. But when he was, I was like 10 or 11 years old. Now imagine being a 10 or 11-year-old, they snatch you right up off the street. And I mean, I'm pretty sure that the neighborhood he lived in was tough because all these kids were pulled from like tough neighborhoods. Now this kid is my age. right? And he just moved into my house. You know, he lived in my house for with my family for a couple months, and I didn't think anything of it. Actually,
Now,
it was
I
it
don't
was
mean
the
to cut off. I don't mean to cut off what you're saying, but just
yeah.
to give Luke context, you've been
Hmm.
in America your whole life, right?
Me, yes.
There you go. Okay,
Well, I mean, I've left. I've gone to the UK on vacation, but I never lived there. Yeah.
an American born and bred. There you
Yes. Yes. So funny thing about this is that the kid got brought over here, and you know he doesn't know anything about American culture. You know, I mean the upside of this is not looking at it like as on the tragic side, because shout out to my friend out there, man. His name is Ivan. He's a good dude. To this day, I still can, you know, we still have contact. But he came here from a tough neighborhood, and like the first thing that I did was try to take him out and do all the stuff that we do over here. So we played football on my street, and like and Ivan's a good dude, so don't get me the wrong way, but like one of the first things that he did was like drop the N-bomb. So I had to like be like, whoa, hey, whoa.
go. Right.
That was like one of the first things I caught, right? And so I'm like, man, he has no idea. And they just threw him into this situation as like a 10 or 11-year-old kid. Because my neighborhood was, I don't know, it was I guess like the American version in a lot of ways of the neighborhood he was from, you know, except for the guns and stuff, the bombs, I guess, you know. But yeah, I mean, at that point, it was like some people were, I know in Belfast, some people were throwing rocks at guys that were shooting guns at them and stuff. It was just like not really,
Right.
it wasn't fair. And these kids all came. I remember we had a great time. He went to baseball camp with me. He had never touched a baseball or seen a baseball game or anything like that in his entire life. And he learned to throw and hit a baseball pretty well, you know. And I know over there y'all have curling, so there is like a stick and ball sport, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, Calvin, curling is actually based up in Canada, where I live.
Really?
Yeah, curling is up in Canada. It is.
I think you're
However,
I think
yeah.
you're thinking about cricket.
Hurling. Is it hurling?
Hurling. Yeah.
Cricket.
Hurling.
Is something we have in the Republic of Ireland.
Excuse me. Pardon me. Hurling, not curling. Curling's a nice sport, right?
Yeah.
Pardon me for that.
Curling, for example, is based all the way up in Canada.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Where I think up in Canada, where Cartage Bladesmith is, he knows about that. You know what I mean? So that's basically Canadian sport, you know. So, you know, honestly, and the quote from there's something funny here for you, but from the Trailer Park Boys, which is if you swear you've never seen anything, well, honestly, you swear you wouldn't know what the fuss is all about if you were Canadian, that is, would you? So, you know, henceforth, like, you know what I mean, courtesy of the Trailer Park Boys. So, you know, but
Trailer Park Boys. Yeah.
No,
Funny show, man.
hilarious.
Funny show.
No, exactly, yeah. Calvin, here in the Republic of Ireland and even in Northern Ireland as well, we have hurling. So
Hurling. Yeah, pardon me for that's my mistake, you know. That's just
it's all good, man. It's all good. No complaints.
yeah, he actually he didn't have any familiarity with American football or baseball, so both of those sports were completely new to him. But I remember as a child, you know, that it was an interesting the conversation y'all have takes me back to 1992, 93. And I mean, when he came over here, this kid had a lot of angst, man. He had some like 10, 11-year-old PTSD. Like, so here I am with this kid. I mean, we got in fist fights, man. When I tell you, me and this kid got in like knockdown, drag out fist fights with no adults around too. Nobody around. We're fighting. And this kid and I lived together. You know, he lives in my home. So I remember the distinct feeling that whatever was going on over there was on some serious shit, you know. Otherwise he wouldn't have been there. He wouldn't have been with us. I couldn't have, you know. it was an exchange, I guess.
Right.
Well, it wasn't only an exchange, Joe Calvin. I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
basically all because of the experience that he has as well. Like, you know what I mean? And what he gained out of it. You know?
Yeah, I think he probably I got a hell of a lot out of it. I remember being very upset when he had to go back. But I know for someone to be so young and thrust out of their country, like really kind of spur of the moment, because it was done kind of spur of the moment, as I recall. And to be thrust into a different country and then have to just know how to behave at the age of 10 or 11 in this different, completely foreign country, living in someone else's house. I mean, it's got to be a formative experience. It had to have been something that shaped him, his character, I'm sure. And I do know him. He is a good dude now. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I mean, it was definitely complicated. But there were lots, it was funny. Lots of times the cultural differences and just his ability to, like, over time, he just adapted to American culture. It's pretty crazy that he would assimilate it in just a couple months, but then, you know, went straight back to Belfast or whatever else was going on up there at the time. It was pretty rough, you know.
So, did you get to watch this? I guess I'd call it a presentation. Earlier when I was going through the live, talking about the first spots of it. Did you see that?
The which part?
Right back from the beginning. It was like 45 minutes. Did you catch that, or did you miss it?
No, I was there for the whole thing, Mike.
So what do you think about what you took away from the
planned obsolescence and all of that stuff? I mean, I agree with a lot of that stuff, Mike. I don't think, like, you know, I agree with it. I don't, like, proudly wear a tinfoil hat, but if people ask me stuff, you know,
right,
I'll admit it, you know, that there's a lot of stuff that is going on that's subversive, and it's just a fact that authority and lies and authority is not trustworthy. You can never trust authority to protect you, and you can't trust them to look out for your best interest in any way, shape, or form, at least from a perspective in this society, you know.
Yeah, unfortunately, anyway, Calvin, I hate to say it, but, you know, that's what the system is, unfortunately, in this day and age. Sad to say, but, you know what I mean? It's, you know,
I think the people in the UK and Europe have the benefit of already having to go through what we're about to.
Yep.
They have the benefit of experience, and that we're about to do what they've done maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe a half a dozen times. And you know,
I'll tell you though, man, you know, in Europe with the CCTV and the Big Brother, it's pretty intense, you know, like
Big Brother is a complete and utter just waste of time. It is now, honestly. I'll tell you that now, Calvin. You know, like, I mean, it's all just about, you know, like, who's the big VIP and blah 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 blah. Like, you know what I mean? But
well, definitely, it's wrapped in money. It always has to do with
it is, yeah, it's
money.
It's all about that, isn't it? Follow the paper trail, lad. That's what that is. Follow the money. You know?
Yeah.
As we say in Irish, for example, for follow the money, we say, respondum the arrogance. That's what that is. Follow the money, follow the paper trail. You know?
That's, say it again. Spondo the arrogance.
Spondo the arrogance.
Spondo the arrogance.
Please put that in the chat so we can.
Well, you got to have an Irish keyboard.
Yeah. But
that's cool, man.
I'll be honest with you, though. Idealistically, you know, look, there is more to the pyramid. There is more to the pyramid that meets the eye. Let's be honest here. Like, I mean, if you'll pardon me for saying, you know, to call a spade, but it is a fact of it. I mean, it's a fact of life.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you swear if you swear that you've never seen anything with your own two eyes, but then you swear you never believe it. I mean, at the end of the day, seeing is believing. At the end of the day, like, you know what I mean, like, what you see is what you get. And all you
And
can
I
do is
think
believe
just like
it.
they learned in the 90s in Ireland,
Yeah.
it's never a clear cut good guys, bad guys. Oh, that there's these evil people and the good people, and that's it's not even about that. It's about people have been manipulated.
I mean, international borders, you get into that, you start talking about international borders,
They've been coerced,
to
follow whatever they're going to follow.
Yep.
And sadly, I have to say, all of them are so entrenched that prior to whatever conflict has to happen, nothing is going to sway. Nothing is going to.
I definitely hope with all my heart that no sort of internal conflict of that sort happens. I mean, it's always a possibility, but I really, really hope we don't have that sort of thing.
I would put my kids on my hope that none of that will happen.
Yeah, man.
But at the same time, everything in my brain says it's inevitable.
I mean, but don't think cynically. First of all, you have to think positively to manifest the good things that we want. The last time that happened here, we lost something like a quarter of our working and able-bodied men in every part of the country, and it was worse in some parts of the country. We lost and either they were lost to disease or they were lost in a horrific form in battlefields. And then that American Civil War kicked off a whole bunch of other conflicts in the world where they realized that modern weapons could wipe out hundreds and thousands of people at a time. And then when they realized that, then the weapons race and all of that happened because of one disagreement between one people, trench warfare, all of the horrific things in World War I. All of that was a result of the example that we set, to be honest.
Here's what I'd like to talk about, how we might be able to change that. There are many people that are polarized and adamant about their cause. But if you stop and look at it historically, way before, aside from the government, aside from any of them, the revolution will never be won with a weapon. I think it'll be won.
With a what, Mike? What did you say?
I said, I don't think the revolution will be won with a weapon.
Oh, with a weapon. Okay. Yeah.
I think it'll be won with a screwdriver. With a fucking soldering.
Oh, that's right. That's what you said earlier. And then you said, grab your tool. And I said, I've got my tool in my hand. And then you broke concentration.
Yes. Stop letting these motherfuckers tell you what you can and cannot do with what you fucking bought.
You guys are great, though, man. I love the conversation. I'm gonna watch you guys and continue to stay on off air. I just came on to say hi, Luke. Nice to meet you. Mike, have a great rest of your show.
Calvin, listen, you mind yourself out there, right? And as I always say to anybody else who I come across, right, before you go, don't do anything that I wouldn't do. And if you can't be good, be careful, right?
That's right, man. That's right.
And Always remember to keep your nuts in the road and keep your balls to the fucking wall, all right?
There you go,
Hence
man.
the
I will.
expression-
I will. And
hence
I
the
like you,
expression,
man. You're fun
"You
to
need
fun
me."
to listen to.
Yeah,
Wise
yeah.
man. Thank y'all for having me.
Mind yourself, Calvin. All the best,
I
mate.
will. I
And
will,
remember
sir.
Take it
the
easy.
rule
Have a
is
good night.
always yeehaw, fuck the law.
There you go. What a good man he is, honestly. Yeah. Good lad you are, Calvin. Good skin. Good skin. Anyway, Mike, listen. I just want to tell you just before I'm going to head off now in a second, but before I go, to anybody in the chat, for example, who's still listening in, I want you all to understand something here, all right? I'm going to tell you something here very briefly here, right? That anyone, for example, who is following Mike is making stuff, if you're following his channel, by all means, please do make sure that you support him, you treat him, give him a good bit of love, and because he needs it. He really needs it. You know what I mean? He needs a bit of TLC. And not only that, but also, if anybody, for example, in the chat is interested in, if you happen to be a train fanatic, my YouTube channel, for example, Luke Nathan McGlynn Pice, aka my YouTube handle as Baldoyle Mad Dog Era 1989. You see, I do train videos, for example, Dart, commuter, and intercity trains here in the Republic of Ireland. And if anybody who is interested in checking out my YouTube channel, feel free to check it out. All right. As I said, it's not really, it's more or less to me. My YouTube channel is pretty much, it's always just a hobby. It's not a job. It's just a bit of a small time hobby. That's all it is. All right. Anyway, Mike, I'll leave you to it. All right, and I'll let you go. And good night to you all in the chat. Mind yourselves. And Hawaii, Son live. Son August Fanams. Good night and God bless. And I'll talk to you all again very, very soon. Mike,
Love you,
you mind
man.
yourself.
Luke,
Mike,
appreciate
mind
you.
yourself. Find how you go, all right? And listen, try to find me. I was asking for them, all right? And be good and try not to have any nightmares.
Good night,
Talk to you
Luke.
soon.
Love
Take
you.
care. Bye bye.
Good day, man. And with that, I'm going to sign off. I love you guys. I hope this was informative. I hope it was educational. I hope that it was decent. But at the same time, I guess it's time to go. So, Rigger says, damn. Oh, okay. By Little Mike. Luke, Mike, and all. Okay. Hope you guys got something out of this. I hope it was good. I love you guys. I'm going to keep on pushing for the age-old tree, just like I have. Have a great night. I'll see you guys later.